what is going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. I'm Mike, your host, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, if you are new here, please subscribe if you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 74,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe right now and join the fam. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me on all of those. And as you guys know, I've recently started a Facebook account, so you can add me on Facebook, and we can be Facebook friends, so go do that. Link is in the description. And finally, be sure to turn on the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you. But once again, I am coming back at you guys with another creepy video, and today we are talking about another scary story. A true scary story. And this scary story is called Mysterious Phone Calls. So, the story of Mysterious Phone Calls is about a man who lives alone in an apartment, and then he starts getting random, mysterious phone calls late at night. Now, like I said, guys, this is based on a true story, and apparently it took place in Japan. But enough of the jibber jabber, let's get right over to the story. Mysterious Phone Calls. One night, when Mr. Bapu finally finished work, it was very late, and he was very tired. When he got back to his apartment, he turned on the lights, hung his coat up in the hallway, and was just about to go to bed and rest his weary head when the phone started ringing. Who could that be at this time of night? He wondered. When Mr. Bapu picked up the phone and put it to his ear, he heard a raspy voice on the other end. Oh. The voice seemed like an old man on the verge of death. What's wrong? Mr. Bapu immediately asked. Are you okay? Then, the phone call was cut off. Shrugging his shoulders, he hung up the phone and went to bed. The next day, at work, Mr. Bapu couldn't stop thinking about the mysterious phone call. That night, when Mr. Bapu arrived home from work, he was very tired, as usual. He was just about to go to bed when the phone started ringing again. Mr. Bapu picked up the handset and heard the same raspy voice as before. Who is this? Mr. Bapu demanded. The call was cut off again. Over the next 2 days, Mr. Bapu kept receiving the same mysterious phone calls when he got home at night. By the 5th night, Mr. Bapu had had enough, and when the phone started ringing again, he lost his temper. What do you want from me? Mr. Bapu demanded. What is going on? Stop calling me! Mr. Bapu shouted. He was so angry that he ripped the phone cord out of the wall. All of a sudden, bright red blood started oozing out of the phone's mouthpiece. It dribbled all over Mr. Bapu's chin and dripped down onto his shirt and tie. He let out a strangled scream and recoiled in horror as he dropped the handset. Mr. Papu was horrified. He turned around and started to run out of his apartment. But when he opened his front door, he was shocked to see a dark figure standing in the hallway. As he watched in horror, the figure turned to face him, and Mr. Papu screamed in terror. It was an old man with wild, staring eyes and blood dripping from his mouth. He was blocking the only exit. There was no way out. The old man opened his mouth wide, and blood began pouring out. Mr. Papu dropped to his knees and cowered in the doorway as the horrific figure came shuffling towards him. "No!" Mr. Papu cried. "Stay away from me!" The old man came closer and closer. It was all too much for Mr. Papu. He fainted. When he woke up, Mr. Papu found himself lying in the hallway. He didn't know how much time had passed, but he was alone and uninjured. Scrambling to his feet, he ran out of the apartment building and went to his friend's house. After calming himself down, Mr. Papu told his friend the whole story. His friend had lived in the area all of his life. He told Mr. Papu that long before the apartment building had been constructed, there were houses on that site. In one of those houses, there lived an old man. One day, the old man was walking down the street, minding his own business, when he was hit by a car. The driver sped off without calling an ambulance. Nobody stopped to help the old man. He lay in the gutter for hours, weakly begging for help, before he finally died. When Mr. Papu heard that, a chill ran down his spine. And that is the end of that. Another scary / sad story, depending on how you want to look at it. It could go either way. Personally, I think it's kind of sad that the old man died like that. And these phone calls late at night were just him begging for help, like crying for help, like he probably was when he was dying in the gutter. But on the scary side, I do kind of feel bad for Mr. Papu, whose name I found very hard to take seriously when I was reading this story. That must have been terrifying, hearing these crazy calls all the time. And after like a week, you go outside your front door and there, oh man, this just, I don't know why, but like when it said his mouth was open with blood just dripping from it, I thought of The Grudge. I always do. When I hear the mouth open, I think of The Grudge. Like chills. But anyway, my question to all of you guys for question of the day is, do you believe this was just the old man trying to get some help? Or do you believe that it was something else? Because like, why would the old man come back like after all these years, since like way before the building was constructed? So it's been a few years. Why just now? Like, I don't know, maybe he's like a tormented spirit, maybe he's unresting, like maybe he's frustrated, irritated, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That is question of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button down below. Let's see if we can go for 10 billion likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. And remember the most important thing of all, guys, chase your dreams. I love you all. Don't let anybody bring you down. Peace out.